786.1 Radio Ruah.
Salam alaikum and welcome to day 18 of 786.1 Radio Ru'ah, me and Mola's super fantastic Maha Ramadan radio show, where we're striving to turn the pages of Dua Iftitah with lots of understanding and positive action.
We are doing Are You a Ru'ah?
Yes, we are.
Are you a Ru'ah? Are you a Ru'ah? Read, understand, act.
The Floor is Lava game is still going strong in the studio. Its balloons are in the air and loads of...
Alhamdulillah!
Yes, praise be to Allah. He's totally cool and awesome and amazing and we love him.
I have understood so much about Allah from Dua Iftitah. There is so much clarity. I feel more aware and present and also very grateful.
That's super, Nadia. That's exactly what our Mola Jan wanted. To get closer to Allah and our purpose and serve that purpose. Alhamdulillah. Shall we delve into the next verses?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
الحمد لله الذي ليس له منازع يعادل ولا شبيه يشاكل ولا ظهير يعاضد قهر بعزته الأعزاء وتواضع لعظمته العظماء فبلغ بقدرته ما يشاء.
All praise is for Allah, who has no equal who argues with him, nor anyone similar to him, nor any helper to support him. He overpowers the mighty by his strength. The great humble themselves before his tremendousness. He accomplishes what he wishes through his power.
He has no equal to argue with him. Allah says in the Holy Quran in Surah Anfal, verse 46,
وأطيعوا الله ورسوله ولا تنازعوا فتفشلوا وتذهب ريحكم واصبروا إن الله مع الصابرين.
And obey Allah and His Apostle, and do not dispute, or you will lose hearts and your power will be gone. Certainly, Allah is with those who are the patient ones.
what we can see here is that when we disagree and reject, we are challenged. We could become weakened by this challenge. What we understand here is that ultimately we are not all-knowing, for nobody can challenge Allah. If I am challenged or disputed with, it can take away my honor, but this does not apply to Allah at all.
There's a multiple lesson here. One is that Allah has no equal and can't be challenged, and the other is that we could be weakened by disagreements. By and large, from a community perspective, we ought to really think about that.
That's right. The verse goes on to say, no one is similar to him, nor any helper to support him. He overpowers the mighty by his strength. The great humble themselves before his tremendousness. He accomplishes what he wishes through his power. All this reminds me of a famous story in the Holy Quran.
Yippee! I love stories. I mean, Alhamdulillah. Yippee! I love stories.
Hi guys, it's a story time!
We all know which prophet is mentioned the most in the Holy Quran, don't we?
Yes! Prophet Musa.
Yes. He was born in Egypt at a time when King Pharaoh had a dream and dreamt that a baby boy would be born who would grow up and wipe out his kingdom. He made lots of plans to stop this by taking all the baby boys away from their mummies. But Allah had plans too.
Allah gave Nabi Musa's mummy an idea to place him in a basket with a promise that they would soon be reunited. He floated all the way to Pharaoh's palace.
That's right. When Bibi Asya saw the baby, She loved him so much and begged Firaun to keep the baby. He agreed, but then he began to cry, and nothing would make him stop crying. Many ladies came to the palace to try and help, but nothing worked. When Nabi Musa's mummy came, he stopped crying.
Nabi Musa was back with his mummy. Yay! Allah keeps all his promises.
When he was older, he left Egypt for some time. When he decided to return, Allah spoke to Nabi Musa through
The burning bush.
Yes, that is right. Allah told Nabi Musa that the Bani Israel, the people of Israel, are in difficulty. They had been praying for somebody to save them from King Firaun and his mean and cruel ways. Nabi Musa asked Allah to send Harun, his brother, with him. Go to Firaun with Harun and tell him about my signs. Nabi Musa told Allah he was afraid Firaun would do something bad and Nabi Musa and Harun would not be able to save the Bani Israel. Do not fear, I am with you. I hear and I see, said Allah.
I remember Pharaoh got so frightened when Nabi Musa threw down his staff, and it became a snake.
That's right. He was blinded by the glowing hand too.
Pharaoh thought everything Nabi Musa did was just magic, so he said they should have a competition to see whose magic was better.
Yes, that's right. Firaun told his people to bring the best magicians in the land. On the day of the competition, everyone came to watch. Firaun's magician performed their magic trick first. They made their ropes move and slither like snakes. Then it was Nabi Musa's turn. He asked Allah for help. He struck his staff and his staff turned into a snake. Nabi Musa's snake ate up all the fake snakes of the magicians in one go.
Pharaoh was so angry.
Yes, and even more so when the magician said they now believed in the Lord of Musa. How can you do this without my permission? He shouted. We can't ignore the truth, said the magicians. We believe in the Lord of Musa. After the competition, Nabi Musa had a few followers. Allah told Nabi Musa to settle with the people in the city and let your houses face each other and maintain prayer and give good news to the faithful. Nabi Musa organized his people into a little community. They prayed together and worked hard. Nabi Musa often told them to trust in Allah.
وقال موسى يا قوم إن كنتم آمنتم بالله فعليه توكلوا إن كنتم مسلمين.
After some time, Allah told Nabi Musa and Harun to get his people ready to leave by night. Allah told Nabi Musa to move quickly, for they will be pursued.
ولقد أوحينا إلى موسى أن أسر بعبادي فاضرب لهم طريقا في البحر يبسا لا تخاف دركا ولا تخشى.
Don't fear being caught, said Allah. Within a few days, all the preparations were made. 700,000 Israelites slipped out of Egypt. When Pharaoh found out about it, he got an enormous army and they began to follow the Israelites. When the Israelites reached the shore of the Red Sea, Nabi Musa promised them that Allah would save them. Many of them had doubts. In front of them was the sea. Behind them was Pharaoh and his huge army. Nabi Musa assured them that Allah would open a way where they saw none. Nabi Musa began in Allah's name, struck his staff and brought it down with a splash. On the surface of the sea, suddenly it parted. Try and picture this happening. The sea water was blocked to the right and left by an invisible barrier, making it look like a wall made of water on either side, and a path through the sea in the middle. The Israelites were in shock seeing what had just happened. The Israelites heard the hooves of Pharaoh and his army behind them. They began to cross the Red Sea. Nabi Musa reassured them they would be safe. By the time Pharaoh and his army arrived, Nabi Musa and the Israelites were halfway across the seaway. Pharaoh charged into the seaway, despite of being told by his men not to. By the time Pharaoh and all his men had entered the seaway, all the Israelites had reached the far shore safely. Nabi Musa and all the Israelites could see Pharaoh riding through the seaway. Nabi Musa struck his staff, and the invisible water wall crushed back down. Pharaoh could hear the cries of terror of his troops behind them. He stopped dead in his tracks and spun around to see what happened. He turned around again and saw Nabi Musa and the Israelites standing safely on the far shore. That's when he said,
قال آمنت أنه لا إله إلا الذي آمنت به بنو إسرائيل وأنا من المسلمين.
I hereby believe that there is no God except Him in whom the Bani Israel believe, and I am one of those who submit. It was too late. Nabi Musa and the Bani Israel watched as the water covered Pharaoh and his army in a matter of a few minutes.
This story really shows us how Allah overpowered the supposedly mighty Pharaoh by his strength. Pharaoh said he was God. Was he?
He can't be God. He could not even protect himself.
In the last minute, he humbled himself only to save himself. Pharaoh just didn't get it, did he? Dua Iftitah says he overpowers the mighty with his strength. Pharaoh was overpowered by Allah. And then right there at the end, without any sincerity, he says, I believe in the God of Musa. Allah definitely accomplished what he wanted with his power.
Too late to now decide to realize that Allah is the one and only God. Just like Dua Iftitah says, Allah accomplishes what He wishes through His power. Pharaoh and all his army were finished in a matter of minutes. We learned so many multiple lessons here, don't we?
And it strengthens our understanding of Allah. It also humbles us and makes us realize we're so needy of Allah's mercy to do the littlest of things. A very big lesson to draw from this verse of Dua Iftitah and the story. We humble ourselves and remember Allah and all His power, might and strength, and recognize that we are completely nothing without Him. We cannot be arrogant like Pharaoh was.
This humble realization is what Mawla Mahdi Jan wants us to bring to ourselves. It kills any kind of arrogance.
Shaitan was arrogant too. He was too proud to bow down when Allah created Nabi Adam.
Yes, that's right. So we gotta strive to be humble. Let's play our Humble Planet track.
A humble planet works together, relying on Allah striving for Mawla. We are all one, following our guides. We are all humble. A humble planet cares for the earth, keeping it clean and recycling. We are all one, following our guides. We are all humble. A humble planet is never proud of where we live or what we do. We are all one, following our guides. We are all humble. A humble planet is loving and kind, forgiving and truthful, building one another with smiles. We are all one, following our guides. We are all humble. Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum Ya La ilaha illa anta as'aluka an tuhiyya qalbi. O ever living, O self-subsisting, there is no God but you. I ask you to please keep alive my heart, keep alive my heart. وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض حونا. The servants of the Most Merciful are those who walk humbly upon the earth, humbly upon the earth. A humble planet works together, relying on Allah, striving for Mawla. We are all one, following our guides. We are all humble.
Thank you for that. There's such a nice connection to GPS Jannah in Surah Nisa, ayah 173.
GPS Jannah.
Allah says,
فأما الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فيوفيهم أجورهم ويزيدهم من فضله وأما الذين استنكفوا واستكبروا فيعذبهم عذابا أليما ولا يجدون لهم من دون الله وليا ولا نصيرا.
Then as for those who believe and do righteous deeds, He will pay them their rewards fully and will bestow them more out of His grace. And as for those who are disdainful and arrogant, He will punish them with a painful punishment, and they will not find besides Allah any guardian or helper.
Faith always goes hand in hand with Amilus Salihat, or good deeds. Together, they reap a beautiful place in Allah's pleasure, don't they?
Yes, there's no space for any kind of arrogance in Jannah. We strive to always humble ourselves no matter what. Sometimes when we accomplish something, we think we did it. But we gotta remember, we can't do anything without Allah and His constant mercy pouring down on us.
Today's tongue twister is all about Fir'aun.
This has gotta be a good one. Let's hear it, Nadia.
Fir'aun, ferocious Fir'aun, ferocious Fir'aun frowned, ferocious Fir'aun frowned fearfully, flooded from face to feet, ferocious Fir'aun finito.
Lol, Nadia, finito, huh?
That's a really funny tongue twister. Let me try it. Fir'aun, ferocious Fir'aun, ferocious Fir'aun frowned. Ferocious Fir'aun frowned fearfully, flooded from face to feet. Ferocious Fir'aun finito.
Keep trying your Fir'aun finito tongue twisters at home. See how you all do during family dua iftitah time.
Talking about family dua iftitah time, let's get families to design a Snakes and Ladders board game and play that tonight.
That sounds awesome, Nadia. What do you have in mind?
Take each part of the story of Nabi Musa and Fir'aun and break it up into parts. Draw a grid of 50 or more boxes and then fill in the boxes telling the story. On the boxes, add little comments like you believe in Allah and Nabi Musa. Move 3 spaces ahead. Cheering for Firaun, go back 2 spaces. You have understood today's verse of Tuatata. Move forward 3 spaces. Add some snakes and ladders on your board. Get some dice from another board game and some counters, or use something around the house that looks different for each family member. And just like that, voila! You have masterminded an amazing game to play tonight.
This sounds like too much fun. Tag us on Instagram with your board game. We'd love to see it. I can't wait to play tonight. Today's 2T Twist coming up, dear listeners.
2T Think and Thank Twist.
Tell the family a time when someone showed trust in you.
I'm loving the 2T Twist. It's stretching our thoughts in all directions. Let's now dive into the animal kingdom, and I've got just the animal to share today.
Wise words from the animal kingdom.
Have you ever seen a jaguar before? They're beautiful animals from the wild cat family. They have a real sense of things around them. Clearly knowing and having deep down certainty helps them survive in the wild. A jaguar teaches us to go within ourselves because deep down, right there, we know the truth. Watching a jaguar, you can tell it has confidence in what it's doing. This is because it has tapped into its true yaqeen self. Let us take a lesson from these beautiful cats Allah has made and be confident believers and strive on the beautiful, straight, clear, constant and continuous path.
That was a really different animal that illustrates deep down yaqeen and confidence in belief. I love jaguars. I love watching them. Maybe that could be something we could do today. Watch a video on jaguars to get a sense of the wise words from the animal kingdom. When you watch them, you will see exactly how in tune they are. Enjoy! Let's slide into a meditation to end our program today.
The Meditation Minute.
Close your eyes. Be very still and imagine you are at the beach. The sky is all blue with a few wispy clouds making patterns in the sky. The ocean is a beautiful blue-green shade. You can hear the waves close by. You can smell the sea breeze and you can feel the sand in your toes. You have complete trust in Allah's design. With this trust in Allah strong in your heart, you're going to relax your body completely. Begin with the feet. Let your toes completely relax. Trust and relax. Let this beautiful trusting feeling spread through your feet. Trust and relax. Tighten your leg muscles and now relax them. Let them relax with thoughts of Allah and how much you trust Him. Feel the tension behind released from your legs. Now squeeze your tummy muscles and relax. Let go completely. Stretch your back and relax. Shoulders and neck, relax. Squeeze your arms as tight as you can. And now relax, saying softly, I trust Allah. I trust Allah. Squeeze your fingers tightly into a fist and relax. I trust Allah. Let your head and face completely relax. Close your eyes tight and relax. Let your forehead relax with the happy thought of trust. Be completely still and relaxed. Feel the gentle breeze on your face and body. Feel the sun warm your face. Stay here for a few more moments, enjoying complete trust in Allah. And now, wiggle and wriggle your fingers and toes. Have a big stretch and open your eyes.
Thank you for that meditation. I'll go there again.
Lovely. Thank you, listeners out there, for another super fantastic program on Radio Ru'a. See you here, same place, same time tomorrow. Have a fabulous iftar.
786.1 Radio Ru'a.